Hi everyone, welcome back to another video, and I've bought another GBR. Yes, I know, I just can't stop myself. And it runs on these beauties. It's something I've been looking at for, trying to get for a while. Nowhere has them in stock, nowhere has the magazines in stock. And then a guy jumped up on one of the WhatsApp groups, I think, and he said he had one. It was pretty much brand new. A couple of signs of it being in and out of gun bag, this, that and the other. But it didn't have a magazine that came with it. It did have like a rail mount for it, but it was cheap. It was £300, and I jumped at the chance, and it's none other than the VFC and UMAREX VFC G3 GBBR. Look at this thing. I can't even get it in shot because it's that big, but I've been looking to get one of these for some time. There is a custom build I've wanted to do for years. I remember years ago I was going to try and build one off of an LCT, and then I got into GBRs, and electric wasn't really my thing anymore. But yeah, so I bought this gun. It had no magazines for it whatsoever, so I get back and get the gun back. I'm having a look at it, and I'm like, right, I need some mags for this thing. I go online, nowhere has them in stock. And then obviously Thor, who's always in the Discord, really nice bloke, he did some Googling, and he actually found a couple of shops. I think there was one in Ireland, and there were €80 per magazine. And then just talking to someone else on Facebook, I think it was Flo at the time, she said there's a guy in one of these Discord groups, he's selling 5 mags. So they're used, but 5 G3 VFC mags all working for £255, and it includes postage. So I jumped at the chance, messaged the guy. A couple of days later, he gets back to me. He's like, yeah, they're still available. I purchased them, spend £255 on 5 of these magazines, but now I can actually use it if I wanted to. So this isn't a brand new gun, but it is something that I wanted to feature. What is it? So it's a gas blowback airsoft rifle made by VFC for UMAREX. It runs on the VFC GBB system, and it is a H&K G3. And this thing is absolutely just an absolute unit. You can lock the bolt back with the charging handle. You can give it the old HK slap. You don't have to if you don't want to, but the thing just calls for it. It's full. I think it's steel. We can check that. So it's a steel receiver, steel selector, cash trigger, steel trigger guard, steel mag release, or yeah, I think it's steel pins, you name it. Boring information there, but you probably already know what this is. It's just new, probably not new to you, but it's new to me. So I want to see what this thing chronos at first, because I'm guessing that it's going to be a bit redonkulous on the FPS. Propane, I think there's a mixture of green gas and propane, because I'm not sure what gas he was using. It had gas in it, and I've just topped it up with some propane, so we'll see how this thing does. This is a gas mag. They only hold 20 rounds, I believe, so this is very much something you'd probably want to be using as a DMR. That's what I plan to use it at. So maybe there's a way we can set this to semi only without damaging anything, and then if we do want to run a bit of full auto and downgrade the power, because I'm guessing it's going to be warm. 0.3 gram BBs in the magazine. They have this little switch at the back here that when the magazine's empty, it pops to the side like that, and then the valve knocker can't hit the valve. And very similar to the HK53. So in G3 or HK gun fashion, we're going to lock the bolt back like so. We're going to rock the magazine. Let me try and show you a bit better here. These are a bit of a pain to push in. You have to like sort of push them in straight like that and then rock them in. And then of course, if you don't want to slap it, you can just with your thumb. We're set to a semi. And let's see what this thing does, if it works at all. We'll find out together. So we're running at 2.28 joules. This thing is going to need some modification. Oh, my chrono's just died. Let's just do the old spinny battery trick. Yeah, this does work. I need to change the batteries, but I always forget. So 0.3 gram BBs, 2.23 joules, 2 joules, 2.1 joules, 2.1 joules, 2.1 joules, 2.1 joules, 2.1 joules, 2.2 joules, 2.2 joules. Let's give it a quick burst on auto if we can. Sorry you can't see this. There we go. So it's probably not something you're going to want to use on auto. You've only got 20 rounds in the mag. And yeah, kind of guessed this was going to be a little bit warm. But you know, there are things that we can do to downgrade the power, which we'll of course be doing. Let's pop the 2 pins out at the rear. And we actually have a section in the stock on these where we can stow the body pins, which is a very cool feature from HK. So we put those 2 pins in the stock. We can then pull the stock out, which brings the spring guide as well, the recoil spring. And this should now lever down, which it does, and then we can push the front pin out, like so. Do you want to vacate the premises? I think the pin is just slightly nudged out of place. This should come off. So I think the mag release, the pin that holds the mag release in has shifted. See if I can quickly rectify this. Just push that in. Oh, come on. There we go. So there we have the lower off. And sorry, just getting a call there. You can see the trigger components now and how they work. I believe a lot of this is switchable between the models. Not sure if that's the case with the MP5s and the G3. I'm not sure if it's a little bit different. Now that's out, we can pull the bolt out. Slide that all the way through here. It's a big chunky bolt this. Does feel like it's a little bit loose, so we might need to Loctite that a little bit up. We've got the hop-up unit in there. How it's adjusted, I'm not 100% sure. Let's pull the handguard off as well. I'm hoping it's a bit like the MP5. Again, this is all new to me. Take the front pin out, we can pull the handguard off. And yeah, it's similar to the MP5. So we can adjust the hop like that. We just have to take the handguard off and we can do that while we're firing it, which is very, very good. So that's set to one side. The thread, this sort of screws in to the housing of the front sight housing, whatever you want to call it. I imagine we can remove, we can remove the flash hider. I would hazard a guess that this is 14mm counterclockwise on the end. Have we got anything we can throw on there to check it? Let's just shove this on there. So yeah, we've got a 14mm counterclockwise thread on the end there. This gun is very long, so if you are running a suppressor, it's going to be a hell of a long boy. You're probably not going to want to be doing CQB with it, but if you're building DMR, then maybe you want the suppressor look. I think even if I do build this into a DMR, I don't think I'll be putting a suppressor on it because it will just be too damn big. So there we have it, and we've got the bolt here with the nozzle. That's actually really smooth. It is a polymer nozzle. Looks to be quite well built. This is actually unthreading. This tube here, it's actually unthreaded in 2 parts. So that will be something that we need to keep an eye on or thread lock it in place, and it's just a piece on there. So if we did want to make a heavy recoil kit for this, which the recoil on it's pretty substantial at the moment anyway, we could just remake this piece in like solid stainless or even brass. And yeah, that is how you field strip the G3. We can take our upper receiver here and slide the bolt carrier back in. We can, I'm just going to cock the hammer here. I'm not sure if you're meant to or not, but to me it just makes sense. We can put the lower back on here to make sure it's all lined up. Push the pin in. Which way did the pin go in? We're going to push it this way. Let's get that pushed in. We slide the stock on. Our stock has retained the two. Just want to go on. There we go. The stock has retained the two pins, so we just pull them out. Love that feature. Can we push these back in? I might need to give them a little tippy tap. There we go. Let's do a quick, let's put the handguard on first. Almost forgot that. So just keep in mind you'll have to remove the handguard to change the hop. Now finding these in stock anywhere is very difficult at the moment, which is why I bought second hand, which is not something I normally do anymore, just because usually you get a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Screwed over sometimes. I'm going to pop a bit more gas in the mag. I'm hoping we'll have purged the rest of that green gas out of there, or whatever he was using. He could have been using black gas, we don't know. When I do further testing, what I'll do is one of the 2 out of the 5 magazines have got no gas in at all, so I'll just put a fresh blast in there. Put some BBs in this thing. I'm not sure if the nozzle sits on the mag follower to stop it, like the MP5 series. If you know the answer to that, put it down in the comments below. Whack the mag in, and hopefully we can have a look at the recoil of this thing. This is I had the same thing with my HK53, so it's just where that switch on the back gets stuck. And here we go. Let's give it a go. Really strong kick. Yeah, you can shoot it quite quickly, to be honest. Those 20 rounds go very quickly. And yeah, I've got another cool replica in my GBBR collection. Just look at it. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? Very retro. If you're not into the tactical stuff that everyone's doing nowadays, this might be something you should look at. It's very, very nice. Thank you, as always, for tuning in and watching this video. I hope I've showed you something of value. And if you're looking at one of these guns, just do some searching around. It might be a little bit hard to find. All the good links are in the description below, including the link to the Discord where you can join and get involved. We're always on there chatting and discussing new projects and just talking about airsoft gaming and all that good stuff. We sometimes jump on and do a bit of gaming as well. And as always, from me, and most importantly from Bench, we'll see you in the next one.